Every year I try to add as many edible plants to my garden as I can while spending as little money as possible. Most of my gardening budget goes to buying plants though. Today I want to show you a technique that you can use to get a lot of grapevines for very little cost, if at any cost at all, as long as you or maybe one of your neighbors or friends has an existing grapevine. Really, the only three materials you're going to need for this project are a knife, a pot with some potting soil, or just compost from your yard. That's what I use. And of course, you're going to need the grapevine. It's best if you try this before the grapevine starts to leaf out, when it's in the dormant state during the winter. Alright, so basically every year you're probably going to prune a little bit of your grapevine just to keep it in check and make sure the shape is how you want it to be and keep it growing in the direction that you want. Well, you can take these cuttings, these trimmings from your grapevine, and if they're about 3 nodes long, see, here's one node right here, and there's another node, you're going to want about at least 3 nodes, if not 4 to 5 nodes. What you want to do on the end of your cutting, once you have it off of the vine, is take one end and shave off some of the hard outer bark of the vine, like so. It's going to expose the kind of fleshy, softer green wood that's on the inside of this cutting. That's going to make your vine more likely to root by exposing this tender green area. Forget the exact name of it, but your vine will want to root with some damage to its outer layer of bark. So once you have your bark exposed, the green fleshy inner part exposed, you're going to take your potting soil or compost, whatever you're using, and stick it down into the soil, the damaged part of the cutting, and just make sure it's nice and firm in the pot. And then you're going to water it, give it a really good watering, and maybe put some mulch on it to keep it moist through the season. And your grapevine, the actual vine in the ground, is going to leaf out first. So if it doesn't start to leaf out immediately, don't panic. It's going to take a little bit longer for the cutting to actually leaf out, because it's a cutting, it's not the actual plant. It's got to develop a root system to feed the leaves and the plants on the top side before it can actually focus on growing into a new plant. So just be patient. So then after a few weeks, and you probably noticed your main grapevine leafing out already, you're gonna see something like this. See, it's a little leaf growing out of the node of one of the cuttings I've already made. And it's going to keep growing and develop a root system, and the leaves will get bigger, and eventually you'll have a cutting that's like this. See, it's forming new leaves on each of the nodes. And so you just leave it in those pots, and the roots will start to form in the pot. I would recommend leaving it in the pot for at least a whole season, about a year, before actually transplanting it to the garden, just to make sure it's well established. If you notice that your grapevine cutting is starting to leaf out and it's well before your last frost date, and if you see and you anticipate a frost, I would take your cutting inside, because while the main grapevine may be able to handle the damage from frost, your cutting won't survive because it's so delicate and still establishing. So if you notice that, I would take the cutting inside. That's what I've been doing. Other than that, once your vine establishes, you'll have a whole nother free grapevine to grow anywhere you please in your yard. You can even give them away. And I've had about a 75% success rate with this method, and I didn't spend anything. I put some compost in a pot, cut some of my vines off just from normal year-to-year pruning, and now I got more grapevines. Well, I hope you found this short guide useful, and if you did, please consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks, and I'll have more videos for you soon. Take care.